Shalom, family. How are we? I know I said I was going to make some more videos yesterday. I did a little celebrating with my daughter for my born day yesterday. So, uh-oh, trying to plug it up. So, I didn't make any other videos yesterday. I apologize. And it's awfully late today. But I wanted to make a quick video. I don't know how quick it'll be, but I wanted to make a video explaining why I don't celebrate Christmas. When I was little, I thought it was so awesome that I was born in the month of December. And back then, I would say baby Jesus was born in December too. I thought, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I felt special. But then, when it came to getting gifts, people wanted to give me a birthday Christmas gift. I ain't like that. I used to tell them, my birthday is my birthday, and Christmas is Christmas. Those are two different holidays. I used to get so many birthday Christmas gifts, and I used to get mad. I did. I used to get mad. I had this one lady gave me a birthday Christmas gift, but it would be in one box, but it'd always be two gifts because she was very good about saying your birthday and Christmas are two different holidays. So why would I give you one gift? She might have had money though. Real sweet lady. But as I become older, under the SOCs, I don't even know what we call ourselves. We are a family for sure. But under Pastor Kofi's teaching, along with all of our other ministers, but he is our head. So under his teaching, I'm learning what truth is. And I'm learning a lot. And I'm confused. I'm confused with a lot of it because a lot of it makes so much sense that it's like, why didn't we just put two and two together before? Like, why have we allowed the world to keep lying to us, like right in our faces, and we accept it? Like, that's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, I think about it all the time. Um, I think about, so Pastor Kofi, more than likely he'll do a video about Christmas because it's just how my pastor is. He wants people to understand what they're celebrating and get a clear understanding on what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's tradition, and we're just, some people will go off on you if you talk about we ain't celebrating Christmas. What? You're not celebrating Christmas? They kind of give you the crazy look. But if you tell people that it's literally in the Bible telling us not to do it, how would you feel about that? Like, would that make a difference to you? And it doesn't say don't celebrate Christmas. No, it doesn't say that. So Jeremiah 10:3-4. It says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cut a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of a workman with an axe. Because back in the day, people used to literally get their trees out in the forest before we would get the all fake trees, right? It says they would deck it with silver and gold. We are told not to copy these customs. Now tell me that doesn't sound like a Christmas tree. Tell me it doesn't. You can't tell me that it does not. Like, and as I'm reading it, because I teach my students when they're reading, I want them to get a picture of what are you seeing when you read these words, right? So, how do you not, as an adult, read this? Read it for yourself. Jeremiah 10:3-4. It literally tells us not to do this. And exactly what they tell us not to do in the Bible, those are the things that they give us to do. Like they want you to get this tree, they got the gold, we got the silver, we deck it. It was the song Deck the Halls, right? It says it throws me sometimes to see the things that are right in our faces, how we just ignore it and just accept the traditions that we've been going through or dealing with family. It's so wild. It's wild to me. But it tells us not to do it. So I'm not doing it. I refuse to. I can always get gifts for my family. Does it have to be on Christmas? And then they say that we do this Christmas for the baby Jesus was born in a manger. Let's think about that. Everywhere I've ever lived, in December it's cold, usually snow. Would you have your newborn baby in a manger outside in the cold winter? Now, the way they, tell you the story is if, they, the way, okay, just remembering the story as a child, it made it seem like they were out there and she just went into labor and he couldn't figure out what to do with her. They was trying to find a place at the inn. They couldn't find nothing, so they went to stay in a barn somewhere. But they were really going for a celebration, right? Um, Hold on, let me look. So they were traveling for Roman census. Um, they were traveling for a specific reason. Like they were going to be, I guess, counted, because it's like it says census. Like how they come to your house and want you to say who all live in your house, so they can kind of have a idea of how many people are in the city or that state or whatever. So if they were going, so if they were going for a scheduled, and this is mandatory. This is a mandatory thing that they had to do. Why would they have these people traveling in a winter, rainy season? Why would they do that? They want everyone to come. So, of course, it's not like they were getting on a boat or, a bus or, they had cars. They were walking or they were riding their camels or horses or whatever. So, why would they have all of these people do this in the cold? It's terrible. Just why would they do it during the winter? No, they did those type of things in summer. Yeah, spring, summer, and fall. It's nicer. You might get a little rain in the fall, but it's not like winter time. Like, why would you have your pregnant woman, your wife, out here in the winter? We going traveling. But I promise you, the more that I think about how the story was given to me as a child, they made it seem like they were desperate, like they had nowhere to go. They were out there. But that's not what the Bible says. They were going to be counted. They were going to the census so they can, sign up to be counted in the census. And she goes into labor, and they had nowhere else for them to stay. So they go out, and they're out there with in the manger in the barn. Well, they found the manger in the barn. Hmm. But in the Bible, it said that the shepherds were outside watching their flocks. They don't do that in the winter. Why would they don't do that in the winter time? Again, summer, spring, or fall. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it. Read Luke 2 and 8. Um, get the version, because you go on the Blue Letter Bible. You can get any version that you want to read it in, so it makes complete clear, and it's easier where you can read it. You don't have to read it the way it is in a James version, King James version. You can read it however to help you understand what you're reading. So once I've learned that, okay, that makes sense, because we would put the little nativity scene out, and you got them in the manger, and it's freezing cold. But it's like I'm born in December, and I wouldn't dare want my child to be outside in a barn in a manger. And I mean, I get it. It could have been like that. It definitely could have been. But well, why would the shepherds be out there watching the flock in the wintertime? They don't. That's not when they do it. I don't know. And really, I'm still learning a lot of this. And my pastor, he's for me, he's awesome. He can give it to you and make it make sense. Y'all can always check him out on YouTube. Hashtag FINDKOFI. Hashtag Find Kofi. I bet you if you just put the word in Christmas, he's got videos. So it can make sense. Were you aware that the months of January and February were added later? There were only 10 months in our calendar. Yeah. So let's just think about it. We went March, April, May, June, July, August. Now, those months don't necessarily have a number to them. But what about Sept? What about like October? What about, mm, I don't know how you would say the NOVE, Nove. But what about Dec? We all know Dec is 10. September is 7, October is 8, November is 9, and December is 10. We only had 10 months in the calendar. Y'all can look up any of this stuff. Like, I'm not even making this up. I'm telling you. They added these other months because they really was trying their best to make sure that we were not told the truth, and that they kept us so confused and on the wrong page that it would keep us going down the wrong path. so that we don't know what we're doing. Because remember, it was against the rules, it was against the law for certain people to read or to know how to read or learn how to read. Hmm. I mean, because it's all in the books. They put it there. They do. They don't want us to read it. They don't want us to know what the truth is. And so they've been doing all sorts of things just to make sure that we wouldn't find it. But if you look, if you do some research, you can see that I'm not making none of this up. I was so pissed off when I figured it out. Like, not figured it out, but once the pastor started teaching, and he always invites you to go look it up, and I did, and I was just like, and then stuff started making sense. Like, um, the October, November, and December, I was like 8, 9, and 10 for sure. Absolutely. Wasn't sure that Sept or September was 7, but yeah. So they added 2 months. So it's keeping people all screwed up. Just all screwed up. Yeah. You guys need to just do your research. You don't believe in the Bible? That's fine. That's all well and good. But it's the first book you should be looking at just so that you'll know where to look when it comes to what I should be looking up. What should I be trying to figure out? What can I look into to see what they've been lying to us about? And when you find it and you see it with your own eyes, because I don't know about you, I'm a visual learner. And I just was like, wait a minute. Wow. And just, I mean, it's just simple things like the way they said that Jehovah looks. As y'all say, maybe Jesus. I don't know. But the way he looks in the Bible, excuse me, the picture that I've been seeing all my life as a child, like the Bible tells you what he looked like. It's like if you read the word, you can't help but see what the truth is, like for real. That's why I'm now learning that most of us, we have no idea. It's 7 o'clock. It's time for Pastor to come on. But anyway, this was just a video because I just want people to start doing their own research. Look these things up. See what I'm saying, if it's, if it makes any sense. Luke 2, 1 and 3 tells you where Joseph and Mary were going. They were traveling to Bethlehem for the Roman census. And Romans never scheduled mandatory travel during the cold, rainy winter season. They just didn't do it because it don't make sense. Try to get people to get somewhere. Let's think back in their time. They may or may not make it. It's winter. It's cold. Check out and see if I'm making it up that they added January and February. They did. I'm telling y'all, you can look this stuff up for yourself and see. Um, Luke 2 and 8 talks um, about how the shepherds were outside watching their flock, And Luke says, shepherds were living outside at night where Jehovah was born. Luke 2 and 8. In Israel, shepherds do not stay outside with flock in the cold winter or rainy season. They did it during spring, summer, and fall, which makes sense because let's think about how they dressed back then. Did they wear boots and things? I mean, they had things on their feet, but we just need to wake up, do our research, and you can look these things up and find out what the truth is. That's the purpose of my videos. That's the purpose of my books. I want people to do their own research. Don't just take my word for it, my pastor's word for it. Definitely not your pastor in church because they're not going to tell you any of this. And they know it. Ask them. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go because I don't like to miss pastors' lives at all. And if you see this and, you have time to catch us on live, come on over to YouTube, hashtag Find Kofi. You won't be disappointed. Well, I'm going to go, you guys. I will chat with you again, maybe later tonight. I don't know. Maybe. Shalom, family.